Hey everybody, Shane Chastain with 3MGTV. We're continuing our series on chords, and today we're going to talk about some of the labeling. Alright, today we're going to talk about the labeling of chords. Now, full disclosure, if you're the sort that gets your chords off the internet, sometimes those are going to be terribly wrong and completely make no sense. But here are some rules of thumb for labeling. So let's take this one, C over E. So C/E. What does that mean? Well, that is an inversion. That means what you would do. Let's say you play piano. You play a C over here and an E in the bass. That's the third or the first inversion of a C chord, is all that means. A lot of times you'll see it like this. You'll see a 1, a 5 over 3, 2, 6. All right? So what that means is that the bass walks down diatonically. This next one could be obnoxious in handwritten charts. Big M and little m, 7. So if we see a big M7 next to something little m7, what they mean, and again it's better in type, is a big M major 7, meaning the 7 is not the dominant 7 but the actual 7. So A, C sharp, E, G sharp. And then a little m7 is a minor 7, which means A, C natural, E, G. So then we end up with the dominant 7. So that one can be confusing, especially if it's on a handwritten chart. Here are two that mean more than they say. Sus2 and Sus4. First of all, it's important to understand, I think, what these actually functionally are. Now, what they mean is that you take the third of the chord and replace it with the 2 or the 4 respectively. Now, what it functionally is tends to be a toggle, in the case of the sus2, between 1 and 5, or whatever chord you're on, and the 5 chord of it, typically and back. They're often used in passing. And then the 4 is to the 1 and then the 4 of whatever chord says sus4 and back. Because, think about the sus2. Let's say we're in C. So we have C, D, G. Well, that's very close. Well, it makes a G5, doesn't it? You get a D and a G, and then the C would have to just drop down to B. So, especially if you're playing piano, it's very easy to just play the whole C, G, back to C, because again, they tend to be used a bit in transition, or just for a bit of flair, if you will. I should do another video on that last bit. There's some chord labeling quirks and some rules of thumb to try to keep you from getting confused if you're Googling chord charts, or if you have some real book charts that look funny to you. Anyway, if you have any more questions, and I'm sure you will, leave them in the comments and I will make more videos.